Hey, it's Doug with Backcountry Pilgrim, a channel all about hiking, camping, backpacking, and the gear that goes with it. I was contacted recently by a fairly new company that is based right here in my home state of California called Featherstone. The company's founder, Will, was not raised in the outdoors, but got hooked when some of his friends took him backpacking and camping. And the idea for Featherstone came out of his disappointment with trying to get his gear dialed in when he was first getting out into the backcountry. He said it was difficult for him to find good information and difficult to find good gear that could fit his budget. So the idea with Featherstone is to be a good middle ground between lightweight, feather, and durability, the stone, and come in at a budget price so that anybody can get outdoors and get started in the backcountry without breaking their budget and having to make very expensive, painstaking decisions just in order to get some decent gear. So Featherstone was kind enough to send me their outdoor gear package, which included a two-person tent, a quilt, and a sleep pad. This video is more of a first look at this company. All right, so let's start with Featherstone's two-person tent. I got the Granite. The Featherstone Granite is a freestanding, three-season, two-person tent. It has two doors and two vestibules and is made of a sil nylon. The floor of the tent is 22 square feet with a high peak of 43 inches. That weighs in at 3.8 pounds. Okay, so the tent isn't the lightest in the world. However, coming in at around 4 pounds is really not all that bad. Similar tents from popular brands like Kelty's Late Start two-person tent or the Big Agnes C-Bar two-person tent come in at about the same weight, but for quite a bit more money. Now, the packaged weight on this tent is actually over 5 pounds, which sounds a little scary. But what's nice about Featherstone's tent is that they give you all of the extras that you could possibly need, and then it's up to you to decide what to take with you on the trail. Importantly, the tent comes with its own footprint. Now, most tent companies do not include their footprint, and for good reason. A lot of people like to kind of do it yourself, but many of them have a proprietary footprint that allows special setup that you can't do if you don't have their particular footprint, and that allows them to charge a lot of money. Featherstone's footprint does allow a fast fly setup, which means that you can actually put the rain fly up by itself, freestanding, and then add the tent later if you want to. It also allows you to pick the entire system up and move it around once you've set it up. And again, I want to reiterate, this footprint comes with the tent. Now, it is common in the backpacking community to hear that you basically have 3 different features you are looking for in gear, which is weight, cost, and durability, and typically you only get 2 of those. Now, in Featherstone's case, you're going to find a very good price with a good balance between durability and weight. But I also like many of the features that Featherstone gives. In fact, they are the kinds of features that are typically add-ons for other kinds of gear. Now, the tent comes with everything you need. In addition to the rainfly and the tent itself and the tent pole, it comes with a full set of guy lines and a dozen tent stakes. These are a Y form. I found this tent extremely easy to set up. As is my standard practice, I took my Featherstone tent out and I set it up for the first time without reading any instructions or watching any videos to explain how to set the tent up. It was an absolute breeze. The pole is a single system. It doesn't have a front to back orientation, so there's no need for color coding or that sort of thing. Basically, if the pole is laid out lengthwise along the length of the tent, you're done. There just really is nothing to this setup. I loved how much mesh the tent had, so the views were great. The bathtub floor came off the ground nicely. I had no trouble getting in and out of the tent. Overall, it was just a very pleasant experience. I loved the setup, I loved the look, and although the tent isn't ultra lightweight, it is certainly lightweight for all the features that they give you. So I definitely consider the Featherstone Granite a big win. All right, moving on to the sleep system. Instead of going for a sleeping bag, Featherstone actually came out of the gate with a Top Quilt. The fill is 850 water repellent down. The bag weighs 23 ounces and comes with a temperature rating of 36 degrees. It covers an area of 75 by 54 inches. Because of the way it is configured, the quilt can actually be opened all the way up to be used more as a blanket, and it has a zipper and drawstring in the foot box so that it can basically be turned into something more like a sleeping bag. It also comes with 2 pad straps that attach to its sleep pad, which I will go over in a minute. What I liked about the Moondance quilt is that it is fairly lightweight. It's not something you're going to want to take into winter backpacking. However, it is nice and light, and it came with many of the features that I actually had to have added to my personal custom quilt from UGQ, which I got with an 800 fill non-water repellent down, overstuff, and it came out to $270 with a temperature rating of 20 degrees. It weighed 24 ounces, about the same as the Featherstone quilt, with the temperature rating of 36. The quilt can be cinched at the bottom to close off the foot box, and across the top to make a nice seal on the shoulders. So okay, this is not a quilt that I would want to be out in the snow in. However, for 3-season backpacking, if you're not going to extremely high elevations, this is plenty for a fairly warm sleeper as long as you're not lying in snow. That 36-degree temperature rating is a comfort rating. Its lower limit is 26 degrees and its survival rating is -4. Finally, when it comes to the sleeping pad, Featherstone opted for a basic closed cell foam folding sleep pad. It runs 16 ounces, which puts it just a little heavier than the most popular one on the market. It has an R value of 2, just like its competition. It is 74 inches by 22 inches, making it a little longer and a little wider than a standard pad, and it is 0.9 inches thick, which actually beats its competitor, and at a price, $35, that is $20 less. So when combined, all 3 pieces of the Featherstone gear loadout come to about $350. That's for a 2-person freestanding tent with footprint and a sleep system that includes a top quilt and a sleep pad that will get you down to about 35 degrees Fahrenheit comfortably, all for a price that either the sleep system or the tent could easily go for in some other brands. Now, like I said, this is not my deep dive video. I will be testing this gear out soon, and I want to compare it to my high-end brands that I typically carry on a backpacking trip. I do want to give a very good, fair test to this fairly new and upcoming company. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for Featherstone. I will be keeping tabs on them. Although I like high-end gear, I am a bargain hunter at heart. If you've got some good budget gear, tell me about it in the comments below. I would love to hear about it and check out what you like about it, what you don't like about it, and it helps the whole community making their decisions for gear purchases. I hope this video has helped you out. If it has, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, click that bell if you want to know the next time a video drops, and until next time, I'm Doug. This is Backcountry Pilgrim. Thank you so much for watching.